Hi everyone, welcome back to this week Weekly Market Update. So let's take a look what's happening on last week and things to watch out for the coming week as well. Firstly, uh, I didn't update last week is because I was pretty busy with my own stuff. So however, the week before, which I mentioned on this thing on Go itself, I even post a chart in here or inside my Telegram group. Hopefully you guys pay attention to it and it will definitely benefit you. So Go, this is what we're going to recap today as well. So what is happening to Go after my last 2 week post, right? Which you can see on 19th of August, I did share that there's two scenario. Definitely, I mean the market is either up or down, right? But of course, you want to play a more safety precaution side because I did mention previously the immediate support is at 1920 or 1900, correct or not? And not only on that, if let's say you wait and you pen for the price actions to see either breakup or breakdown, you should be well rewarded by this week by then. All right, because if go in indeed penetrate 1920 and then it went even higher to 1940 around there. So we'll review the chart later on Go itself, but before that, let's see what is happening on last Friday. So last Friday, Dow closed more than 100 points, higher to the kickoff to the September. Yes, we actually start of the new months again. So do take note, coming Monday is holiday in the US market. US stock market is closed. So it's only a 4-day trading weeks for the US market itself. All right. So last Friday is also a non-farm payroll earnings, economy data release. I think it's pretty, decent. Slightly above the expectations. So as you can see that the August payroll grew faster, 187,000 um, added, but there is some discrepancy because they say that the job report in June and July was revised down by a combination of 110,000. I mean, what does it bring? It brings that the market is not that as good that what you expected lah. All right, but nevertheless, right now, as we know that market economy is not a good news, which bring a good news. All right, economy is not doing good, bring a good news because the Fed will not continue rate hike. But I mean, look it back to the fundamentally, based on the report itself, actually the economy is not performing well. All right, so bad news is actually bad news. All right, bad news is actually bad news. It's just that because of current situation of the Federal is going to play around the interest rate, try to bring down the inflation point. That's why it's a bit contradict. Like bad news is good news is bad news. All right. So anyway, if let's say you are not looking into economy, uh, earnings or the reporting so closely, you can actually just we can do is that we can actually control our risk tolerance by looking at the chart and understand where is the probability lie and then put our own stop loss itself. All right, so this is what happened on last Friday. News just updated. So coming week, this is also what happened on last Friday. Tesla, last week Tesla shares closed down 5% after price cut. uh, this is because I think due to the price of the Tesla itself, there's a lot of differences here. That caused Tesla shares to drop on last Friday. All right, but of course the drop is also give you an opportunity, right? I mean, buying at a lower price. Ultimately, nothing wrong. I think it's just the price war itself. But you have to review where is the good price to enter into Tesla if let's say you're good into it. All right. So without further ado, let's jump into the chart itself. So this is Dow Jones. So Dow Jones on my last 2 weeks, I mentioned 19 August, no action till more signal. Basically at the point of time, we are actually at this corner. All right, we are around here, 19 August, somewhere around this candle. Why? Because I say that 34,300 is used to be a resistance turn support, right? So we need more price actions to determine. So if let's say you thought that it's a bearish move, you wanted to short here, you should be by now you should be stopped out, or otherwise your stop loss should be way higher. So your risk reward is not that fantastic. So that's why I say no action, right? So right now, where are we? Okay, so firstly, understand from 19th of August, it bounced back, meaning to say this 34,300 actually play a very important role. Secondly, in order to make the market bearish, this 34,300 need to be taken over. All right, so just draw a very easy and simple chart, connect all the bottom. We can see that it's actually well supported each time. All right, well supported 1, 2, 3, 4. Correct? So if you short, is actually just do a intraday daily trading, and then if you want to hold at this point when you bounce back to short, your actually stop loss is slightly way better than you short here. Correct? You are at least 50%. So what do I mean by 50%? You can see that from this whole bar, you're actually trading at a 50% you shorted. So you risk 50%, then you risk the whole 100% bar, right? That is what I mean. But ultimately, in a short time frame, since last year September to now, we can see it's almost 1 year. Market is trending upward. All right, unless today the market play in the candlestick or it take a few day candle to break 34,000 and is trading below, we can say that yes, it's the downside. Otherwise, it is well supported. We don't assume that it is coming down yet unless it break the criteria. Okay, so in between right now, the market is trading between 34,003 to 35,005. This path actually whip out a lot of people. What do I mean? Because you want to long, it go down. You want to short, it go up. All right, so you are stuck and caught in between. Correct or not? So be cautious if you want to play within these two range. Once it's nearer here, short it. Around here, long it. Don't trade in between. You will get whipped out easily. All right, ultimately, from the day chart perspective, we can say it's uptrend, ignoring all the news or whatever, just looking biased on the chart itself. We are actually on the upside. Yes, to say we are actually at the tip top. Correct or not? We are actually at the tip top. What do I mean? We are actually at the tip top. So higher chance, a lot of people got these sentiments or this subconsciously that you wanted a double top. All right, sorry, you wanted a let me just remove. Okay, so subconsciously you guys wanted a double top. Am I right to say you guys wanted a double top and then you thought that it will come down, but life don't go according to what you want, right? So we base on what the market want and then we act accordingly. All right, so if this will overtake here, definitely we might see a next high. Then here will be the resistance. So at this point of time, we are actually caught in between, which why I say this area usually whip out a lot of people. It's hardest. Let it break successfully, then we think that yes, it might come down. You might not catch the big fish, but at least you stay in the game. All right. Once you're out of your capital, you lose all your money. You're not in the game. No matter how good you chart, it's all useless. All right. So let's move on to the next thing. So down right now at this area. All right, no action until further. All right, so what I will do is that I will do the same thing. I will go into the day chart. Okay, so let me just remove this. Is very way back. All right, so we will then write a new one over here. This also to update myself. So today is 20th. Sorry, it's a new second set 2023. No action between 35,500 and 34,300. Short near 35,500, long near 34,300. Break below 34,300. We'll then consider downside. Okay, so this is what I'm going to remind myself. So no action. All right. Sometimes you must understand not that the moment you log in to your account or start looking at the chart, then you need to take action. Sometimes it's really about waiting, capture the right opportunity. Once it gives the signal, go on it. Understand? So some really it's about pending and waiting game. So don't be so hurried or excited to participate into or jump into the market. All right. So this is what I'm going to remind myself. Next is we look into the goal, which I just mentioned, right? So goal itself, okay, so for goal, this is what I mentioned. So I said, am I right? So if you break below 1900, we may see more downside. However, gold always act as a protection. So indeed, the price jump above 1920, and then if you play the breakout or you play above the rules by going above 1920, you long, you should be rewarded. Last closing is at 1967. All right, gentlemen. I mean, it might not be fantastic to a lot of people if depend on what kind of trader are you, position swing or day traders. But this is considered a good decent swing. All right, a good decent swing trade. Reach on top near the resistance, close your position, enjoy your weekend, and that's it. Re-strategize, re-chart, replan, and then we go for the next round. All right, so where are we right now? Yes, this candle seems like well rejected, forming a doji with a long wick. All right, so it's a good sign. What do I mean by a good sign? A good sign is well resisted. So then if you want to take a position to short, it's better that you short here, right? Right now you are actually you are mostly like 40 50 pips point away from where you want to short. If you have read out to my Telegram group or to my last 2 weeks video, you should be not shorting at this point of time. It should save you. And then if you wanted to short here, right now is 50 point above. What are you waiting for? It's way higher, nearer to the resistance level, whereby you can put your stop loss level above, and then you do a good cut here. All right, so people want to take action or go. If you want to, you can wait for a next week bearish candle and coffee candle, or otherwise, you can short here. Your stop loss will be somewhere just around figure 2000 will be a very good ideal point. All right, so 2000 is a very good ideal point as a resistance. You can wait for it to go nearer, forcing a false breakout or whichever. Look at the price action, then we decide from here. Okay, so for gold wise, I'm going to remove here. This is done deal. This is over here. Okay, so right now, I'm going to tell myself. So this is just a reminder. Oops, sorry. It's just a reminder for myself. Okay, so today is 2nd Sep 2023. Near resistance level. Alright. Take action once price action show signal. Resistance, which is your stop loss, will be near 2K. Okay, so this is what I mean, and there is the plan for the coming week. All right, so that is my view for gold. Coming out, let's take a look at some individual counter. Interesting. Let's take a look at Tesla. See, we'll talk about it. Tesla, yes. All right, not a good sign. Since here I mentioned not a good sign. Come down all the way, bounce back, support the resistance, bounce back. So this ultimately is still on the upside. All right, it's just we are playing on the pullback. Okay, if you pull nearer to the 38.2, which 2020, $220, may consider any sign of bullish. You may actually grab it, but this is not my counter to play. Just to review it. All right, next we are looking into Meta. Okay, so Meta I did stated buyers 19, buyers downside, but short if there is any pullback. Fantastic, 19 August is here. Okay, so since 13 August, I mentioned we are actually on the downside TP. So we come here, 19 August, remind you guys not to short buyers downside, short where there's pullback. Right now, pullback. Okay, so over here, let me bring up the 50 moving average and the 200-day moving average. Can you see? Meta is well trending based on 50 days moving average. All right, let me just close the 200-day. Okay, trending well on the day chart of 50-day. Right now, it go below. All right, 50-day moving average seems like turning a resistance. All right, seems like turning a resistance. So, if you want to play by the book of moving average, please respect your indicator. All right, so this is previously, this now. So we shall see. All right, so just right here, 2nd Sep 2023, pull back successfully to short. All right, pull back successfully to short, resisted by 50 days moving average. Okay, so then this is what I'm going to remind myself. And then for the coming week, of course, remember it's Tuesday, not Monday. Monday is holiday. If there is any sign of more downside, if you wanted to short, then you should decide where is your stop loss. All right, I believe everyone got their own play rule. I do have mine. I did share a couple of times. If you manage to catch it, you should know how mine works. Otherwise, I am biased on the downside with 50 days moving average. So with this bias downside, all right, with this. All right, if you penetrate up, this will go bust. That means if let's say it penetrate above 50 moving average, this trade plan will not be valid. All right, so that is my view for Meta. And then let's go into a couple of stuff like, all right, let's look at Ford. All right, Ford. Very ugly. Oh no, not this Ford. This. Sorry, gentlemen, it's the Ford. My bad. Not that Ford. Ford. Okay, Ford Motor. All right, this is Ford Motor. Firstly, we can see it's actually trading horizontally. All right, since June. All right, since June last year. Since June last year, not this year June. All right, so this is a well support area. And then right now the price has been touching a couple of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, very near to here. All right, so if for people who want, can consider this is actually a horizontal sideways plan, sideways play as well. So if you want monitor here, as long as it doesn't penetrate, it's a good sign. Penetrate, then reversal. How will it play out? This is all your rule. So for me, just to remind you, it's a sideways trend at the moment. If you want to take a position, you should know what to look out for in your price actions. All right, so I'm not going to show much here. So what I'm going to say is that this is sideways trend. All right, watch out on lower time frame for price action to determine support area or support price 11. Watch out on lower time frame for price action to determine support price at $11. All right, so that's it. Okay, so this is my trade on Ford. Okay, next we will be moving into the next counter for today will be ELST Lawler. Alright, so this is what I mentioned previously, right? Can you see? I even do the DCA. It's only for private group, right? So, but anyway, I just open up to share with you guys. This is the 3 area zone we are looking at. First area is actually at 190. First support area, second support area, and then the third support area is 120. After that, we will then leave it and then we will determine in the next move again. Okay, in between this light is because as we know, this is a makeup company. Go and Google yourself what is this industry. It's a big brand as well. Earnings report is good, but we know that China economy now is downside, right? The spending might be reduced, and that is why it doesn't perform since then. Okay, so ultimately, he has been, retraced back to the where support area in around 2020, or 2019 pre-COVID period. So makeup, woman industry, baby industry, I mean, it's definitely the way to go. You will never die off. All right. So this is just a 3 area I'm monitoring, and if you want, we are actually hitting the second DCA area, and then you have slight bounce back on a weak candle, which is last week candle. So people who miss out the first one, congrats, you may actually bought even lower. So it depends. It's a DCA, it's a long-term game. Don't expect to have money. So invest your side, really side saving on it. All right. Let me see. Okay, lastly, we'll be talking about NEO. Okay, NEO, fantastic. This is my good play since 2020. All right, since 2020, very very good play. I don't think it's 20. I can't remember when, but I think it's a very good play for me for NEO. Let's revisit for NEO again. Okay, so we know that I've been talking about NEO previously quite a couple of times as well. Chinese going to promote EV. This one used to be a Chinese Tesla, right? Right now the price seems all so high, 60 plus, 40 plus. Everyone was talking about it. We are coming back to the $9, which is the single digit time frame, which go to the low as $7. We cover back. All right. So if you're going to play a very short term Fibonacci, this is a good pullback. All right, sitting at 38.2%. good support. Right now we are playing on the next leg of upside. Firstly, all right, on Fibonacci is a good support. We are playing the next leg on the upside. So next also, let's looking at the 200-day moving average on the day chart itself. Okay, so since then, after it's gory, it is coming down and it's be staying below the 200 days if you realize. All right, if you realize all the price below the 200-day, and then suddenly it break above the 200-day, market penetrate, pull back, supported by 200-day. Gentlemen, this is the second sign showing a well support. Firstly is the Fibonacci pullback. Second is the 200-day. Right now, third, we are actually at the RSI bottom side. All right. So I think 3 signal good enough to take or buy on this risk. Yes, everything may go no, may not turn out to be true. Market may continue to go lower. But like I said, it's what do you have or what's the edge that you have amongst the rest of the trader out there. If let's say today I'm a TA guy with these 3 signal, I think it's a good sign for me to catch it. I will catch it, putting some risk here. Correct? It's better that you long anywhere, you long anywhere without any good signal, then what's the point? 3 sign, what are we waiting for? Alright, so let's clear this. By right, this should go to the private, but nevertheless, I'll share with you guys as well. So let me write it out. Second step, I will be monitor closely on this. Then hopefully can catch something over here. 3 sign of upside. Alright, first, pull back at 38.2 Fibo on day chart. Alright, well supported. Second, supported by 200 days moving average. Alright, third, RSI at near to over sold level. Alright, so these 3 signs will give me a more determined that I may consider, or I have a high chance to say that I am biased on the upside for these 3 today. Okay, so that's my take for Neo. Hopefully you guys did understand how I analyze the market as well. Okay, so that's all for this week Weekly Market Update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to join my Telegram group as well. Sometimes I don't really or I miss out posting my weekly update is because I am really too busy on something else as well. But hopefully I can continue to stay committed to this weekly update because I love enjoying to share with you guys. Remember to share and like, and invite any of your friends who are actually start trading, start investing. Let's learn together and then invest together. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.